What is up, Aquarist? Welcome back to another video. Today we are back in the fish cave, and in this one, sadly, I've actually got to get rid of some giants. If you guys watch the page, you know that in this big old pond over here, I've got two massive Pacu, a red ear slider, and a synodotus, and actually everybody but the red ear slider, I got to rehome. We'll flip you over to a clip of the Pacu. He is just way too big. He's outgrown that by far, so it's time for him to get a bigger home. And so I'm actually going to be bringing him to a local fish store. It's going to be quite a trip for him, but it's called Gerber's, and they've got giant ponds in there. And you might be thinking, well, RJ, don't you have a monster pond right here? Yes, I do, but that is going to be housing Dexter, my Marble Matoro Stingray, pretty soon here. So, and the Pacu cannot go in there with him. They're nippy. That's why I had to take him out of here in the first place. He was picking on stuff. So, unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. Get him a bigger pond. But so it's gonna be quite a. It's gonna be a haul getting him there. It's like it's gonna end up probably being 3 hours ride for him. It's about an hour drive, but we're gonna be making a few stops on the way at some fish stores for another video. But yeah. So basically, I'm gonna pick this guy up one last time. He's gotten so big, and the plan is to put him in this big old trash can. It's pretty big. Obviously, I wish it could be bigger. I mean, he's huge, but it's about the biggest thing I got to house him. So let's get to filling that up, and let's see if we can get this giant out of here. It's gonna be quite the challenge. All right, so I just did the good old hose, give it a suck at the end. I'm gonna fill this up a decent way, just enough water for him to be able to survive when I put him in there immediately, and then I'll probably put it in my truck, and then I'll fill it up with some 5 gallons from there. But my idea is I'm just gonna put the big Pacu in the trash can, and then put the other 2 guys in a cooler, I think, just so they have better water quality, and since it's gonna be a really long drive. All right, I'm actually just gonna use this little net that he ripped when he was much smaller, but I just wanna get his head in, and then I'm actually gonna pick him up maybe for a picture. Do it safely. I got the towel just in case he falls, keep him wet, it'll be quick, and then he's going right in there. So let's try this. Come on, buddy. Oh. Being somewhat gentle right now. Calm down. He is massive. Look at that. He's gotten so big. All right, let's get this guy into the trash can and hope he rides safe. I got very wet. Exactly why you hit the gym. All right, there's some awful glare, but he's actually got a decent amount of room. He can fully stretch, which is good. And I'm gonna put a lot more water in here once I lift him up into the truck bed, get him bungeed in. I'll take some buckets and fill it up even more. But yeah, he's looking good in there. Yeah. All right, Pacu's chilling up. The big Pacu's chilling upstairs. Now I got the littler Pacu, which is still big, and he's just gonna get bigger real quick. So that's why I was like, we'll just take him now too. The synodotus I've had for years. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna put the Asian red tail in this pond and possibly another red tail, and they won't get along well. And I've had him for a while, but like I said, he'll eventually get picked on. So we're getting them both out. This small Pacu's gonna be a little faster. That's the problem. Well, maybe not. He played nice. 1 down. Two down. That went really well. Yeah, and they have quite a bit of room too in here, so I'm chilling with that. All right, let's get them upstairs. Let's bungee them in the back of the truck, and we'll get on the road. All right, so after many trips of walking them down with water, got these guys up here, which are looking phenomenal, and I got the big Pacu in here. He's laying down on his side, which, as I've seen when you transport Pacus, they typically do that. He's just relaxing, saving his energy. Now, one thing I will do right now is I'm going to actually add a little bit of prime conditioner to both of them, just in case, like in the bucket that I cleaned out, but just in case there's any little chemicals. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that to kill any chemicals just in case. And then, most importantly, though, my buddy Henry and Jared, they're making the trip with me, but Henry actually has some portable bubblers. So that's going to be really important in keeping these guys live on a long 3-hour trip or so. So I'm going to get bubblers on these guys, and that's going to keep airflow, keep the oxygen level much better. And as we're driving around too, the water's going to splash around, create its own oxygen, create its own movement. So I'm going to put a little bit of this in both of them, and then I'm going to hop in the shower real quick before we hit the road. But yeah, let's hope these guys, I really hope they make it. I've had them, especially the big Pacu I've had for a long time. So we'll catch you on the road. What is up, guys? We have made it to Gerber's, and it's actually, well, we left at 12, and now it's 4. These guys have been in here 4 hours. Luckily, Henry came in clutch with the bubbler, and honestly, I think they'll all be okay.
Cracking open the beast mobile real quick.
We got them all snug in here. Let's see how these guys are doing. Smaller Pacu Synodotus, they look just fine. And then the real question, the big boy over there. As you can see, I got them all bungeed up in here, so it's gonna take me a second. All right. The moment of truth. I've really not checked on him in probably 2 hours. He did have an aerator, and he looked good last time, so. I can't see anything. Let's see.
All right, let's check him out. Here.
He appears to be moving. He's chilling. He's chilling. Good
Right,
stuff. Good stuff, baby. Good stuff.
Let's go. Yes, nice. Let's go. Great work. I'm sure he looks happy.
He doesn't smell happy.
He smells gross.
Really
So the goal is to put him in the bucket and then to take him into the fish store.
Yeah, because they didn't want us to lug this whole thing in there, so it's not going to be the safest of him just sitting in this bucket for a little bit, but it'll just be a little bit.
But Randy didn't bring a net.
Yeah, I should have brought a net. Oh my gosh, he is fine. He is fine. I can't see anything.
And then when you get him, I'll take a picture of you holding him.
Luckily, I got
I'll take a picture of you.
I got it.
He's so strong.
Henry, no, I got him.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to drop him.
Yeah, but you're a big boy. Oh, wow. That's a big fish. Like,
Good boy.
that's a big fish.
Good boy. Head first, get him some water.
That is just.
Okay, let's get his ass in there.
Let's go.
Should I dump this out?
Yeah.
All that water right there. But you should have left him in that bucket.
All right. That did not go, dude. That's why I only do 5 gallons. Yeah, sorry about all the water. Fair enough.
It's a Pacu. A Pacu. It's pretty big.
He's a big boy.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you want to use some other water, I would assume it'll be okay.
The aftermath of the Pacu. Entire store is soaking wet.
These guys are not making a mess like the big boy ones.
No.
Alright. I hate to say goodbye to those guys. I really hate getting rid of fish in general, but they were getting too big and I couldn't put them in the 600 gallons because they pick on my other fish. If I wasn't going to college, maybe I could make a bigger enclosure for them, but unfortunately, I got to say goodbye to these guys. It's sad, but I had them a long time, and they're gonna have a good time from these big ponds over here. All right, so they got my big boy in this big old tank right here, which is probably about the same size as what he was in, but someone will buy him, and he'll have plenty of room in his new tank. Love you, big guy. Man, he looks so big in there. I thought this peacock bass was big, but he's big, man. Oh my gosh. He's also got all these bigger ponds too that they can put him in, but somebody will buy him and he'll have a big old home one day. I hate to get rid of fish. I really never do it, but he's just too big for me to house without beating on anybody else. And then the small Pacu, smaller I should say, he's right there, and he's doing good. He'll also get a bigger home. And then the Synodotus is actually, he's with the school of Synodotuses now. He's the biggest one in there, the lighter one in the back right there. But yeah, so I mean, I'm glad we'll get a better, bigger home. And yeah, you hate to do it, but I've had them a long time and they've been good pets. So yeah, so I'll get back to the house and I'll let you guys know what I'm gonna do with that pond now. All right, so we're back at the house with the pond here. Actually, a lot has changed since I filmed moving the Pacu. This pond is gonna kind of become more of a turtle pond. There's actually 2 turtles in there. I got one from my cousin, and I've had one in there for quite a while. And I actually had to move the Asian red-tailed catfish from the big pond, which I can't show you right now. But I had to move him for so he wouldn't pick on some fish going in the big pond. But so I'm just gonna leave it there. We put some sand in there too, so it's looking really good. But just make sure to stay tuned. There's some crazy stuff in the big and the little pond. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was absolutely crazy moving the big boy Pacu. Yeah, so make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And I'll see you then. Alright, you're good, I'm filming.
The bubbler's not bubbling.
Yeah, so welcome to Aquarist.